What I've lived, learned, and survived for 63 years. The prophet's journey is not ours alone. This path has been carved by generations of believers who walked through valleys, climbed mountains, and stood in the tension between calling and crushing. Scripture and the lives of faithful figures throughout history reveal how God has always used both hardship and mercy to prepare His people for greater purpose. Their stories remind us that what feels like breaking is often the very process of becoming, and that in God's hands, every trial is transformed into truth, strength, and destiny. Adversity comes, and affection comes. Both are the hands of God, both are the tools of growth. Both are the language of a father who forms his children through fire and through favor. And if you've ever wondered why your life has carried both pressure and promise, both warfare and wonder, both stretching and supernatural strength, it's because God has always trained His prophets in the tension. The fire presses in, and the blessing pours out. And in both we are called to submit, to confess, to yield to the truth that sets us free. For submission is not weakness, it is alignment. Confession is not shame, it is cleansing. Yielding is not defeat, it is deliverance. These are the movements of a soul being shaped for destiny. This is not random, this is not chaos. This is the forge of the Father, the holy place where weakness is burned away, where resilience is tempered, where authority is shaped, where purpose is revealed beneath the ashes. This is where God takes the pieces of who we were and forms the vessel of who we are becoming. This is where He teaches us to hear His whisper above the noise, to trust His timing above our fear, and to walk in obedience even when the path is unclear. In the heat of trial, we bow low. In the warmth of His love, we rise up. In the whisper of His Spirit, we breathe again. Because even when the battle feels relentless, His presence is restoring. Even when the warfare intensifies, His hand is steady. Even when the journey feels lonely, His voice is near. Submission opens the door, confession clears the path, and the Spirit breathes renewal into our bones until dry places become living wells. What once felt barren becomes fruitful. What once felt empty becomes overflowing. What once felt broken becomes the birthplace of breakthrough. This is the miracle of the process. God turns deserts into rivers and ashes into beauty. Daily life becomes a canvas of grace, painted by His guidance, marked by His mercy, held together by His everlasting arms. Every moment becomes evidence that He is with us, shaping us, strengthening us, preparing us for what He already sees ahead. And the stories of those who walked before us, prophets, saints, voices of truth, remind us. The fire is not the end. The fire is the beginning, the birthplace of calling, the unveiling of identity, the awakening of the prophet within. For every true prophet is formed in pressure, refined in silence, and awakened in surrender. So let the flames refine, let the truth be confessed, let the soul be surrendered, let the Spirit write His story through your scars. For in God's hands, trials become testimonies, wounds turn into wisdom, and prophets rise to speak life to those God sends, carrying the fire that once tried them, now transformed into glory. And when they rise with a voice that carries heaven's authority, a heart that carries heaven's compassion, and a life that carries heaven's evidence.